Nigeria's entertainment sector is a big one, and the comedy industry is a very important and significant aspect of that big whole. Nigerians love to laugh. In fact, humor is used as an antidote for stress, pain, and suffering. Over the years, the industry has grown in leaps and bounds. And apart from comedy shows, many comedians have now taken their exposure and growth into their own hands by producing skits and making it available to the general public through social media. Leadership, mentoring, and social media are driving the growth of the country's comedy industry. And this is part of what we'll be talking about now. So joining me to discuss the rise and the rise of comedy industry in Nigeria, I have in the studio none other but Woli Arole. It's nice to have you join me this morning.
It's an honor.
Really good to see you. The last time we saw and we were together was in our last studio.
Yes, exactly.
Good.
Exactly.
But here we are.
Yeah.
Welcome to our studio.
Thank you. Thank
Good.
you, sir.
Now, the issue there is, let's start from the comedy industry.
Okay.
The way there has been, like I said earlier, the rise and the rise.
Yeah.
In fact, since the likes of Alibaba and the others led Nigerian or made comedy prominent,
yes,
he has continued in that tempo,
yes,
up until now. What are the things in the wings of comedy really that's soaring, making it to soar so high?
I think it's how even the comedians are now taking the craft.
Okay.
So comedy is now seen as, it's been a profession before, but more appreciated. Because you now see people that went to the university, you know, people that had masters, you know, doing this stuff. So you see different sectors in the nation have now seen that comedy is quite essential. So they have a board meeting, they just need to tense down the stress, they bring in a comedian. So comedies, they start seeing it as an essentiality. Then comedy started having huge value. You understand? When it comes to the GDP of a nation, a comedian has a big show, he employs the usher, so it's becoming an industry.
A phenomenon.
Yes, that other industry are now part of it. Music is part of it. You know, the technical is part of it. The sound. So it's an industry on its own. So for a comedian, so what made it the rise was the structure. In a beat, there's a level of structure in it where this person having his show now, that person having his show now. You know, you want to do your show, you go to the outdoor advertising. So it's that big. It's beyond just holding the mic and just doing some yaps.
Yeah,
it's huge.
Yeah. It's huge business.
Yeah.
Now, talk to us in the area of collaborations here and there, because some of you may be friends, as in real close pals. Others may not. But talk to us. How do you navigate? You know, you have a show coming up, and then you have so many other comedians coming to either support you on one hand, and others doing different things for you. How do you collaborate?
I think that makes comedy quite interesting. Sincerely, a lot of people have asked that question, that they see more of collaboration in comedy than in music, which is true. I have a show coming up. Alibaba is going to be there. I've spoken to AY. You know, I feel that there is just a level of acceptance, and that is what has made it grow. It is growing.
But is it just about friends coming together to do something? Is that what the thing is about?
No, not friends. Okay. So I feel that all industry, there's a place of respect and value. You know, a lot of people have gone ahead of you, done great stuff. You know, you give them the homage, you appreciate them, and they say that, oh, this person is a man of character, and all. So people want to accept you in. I feel no matter the craft you're doing, being rude, lack character, it can open doors for you. So you know, so when we go for shows, you see Alibaba, you greet him, you say, how are you doing, sir? Alibaba is doing something, you turn up as well. So if it's your time, you go meet him. You say, oh, I know this guy. Nobody wants a guy that just comes around, or people that just come around because of what they need. So there's an act of service as well. So yes, there's an act of service. There's really no comedian I've not done stuff with. You know, they have stuff, I'm there. So so if you see people riding around someone, it might not be because of the craft, it's because of the person.
Now, talk to us. Your kind of comedy is not the regular one, you know. But talk to us basically. How do you get inspiration for all of those? Because you've been consistent over the years.
Wow.
How do you get, what really inspires your kind of comedy?
I think two things: my environment and God, because I believe God is giver of gift anyway. So there's no.
Well, like they say, the grace is sufficient.
Yes, so. So my environment, my ingenuity, my realness, who I am. I don't deviate from my core. I don't talk like any other person. I talk like myself. There's something I want to achieve with my craft, you know, a message I want to pass. So I think these were stuff I laid down initially. So it didn't cause any form of distraction for me. So people say Arole is Arole, you see, that's it. It's just him, that guy with that white smile. It speaks this way. Is that prophet guy? So I think it has really been a guide for me in my journey.
Well, really interesting, I must say. Now, talk to us from the window of, because you are a role model to a lot of people.
Wow.
So many young people, you know.
I've
had some. I was lecturing in class sometime with my students, and someone wanted to make an example, cite an instance, and it was your name.
Wow.
he used as an example of a comedian doing well and all of that. So it tells that a lot of people, you know, look up to you, what you do.
I might not even know.
You wouldn't even know. So how do you become conscious of those people who might be following you, you know, the large following that you get? How do you know that your life is impacting them, what you do and don't do is impacting them somehow? So how do you become conscious of that?
So firstly is I become conscious of myself, firstly.
Okay.
Because if I'm not conscious of myself, I won't be conscious of others. So I have to say, okay, Arole, this is the person you want to be. Someone that everybody want to associate with. Look at what you said, oh, the last time I was a student, now you're here. The adult must connect with you. The young must connect with you. You must, beyond the comedy, as a human being, what do you want people to say about? Look at what you said, the young guy said. So it guides me on what I do.
Yeah.
There are some things I would love to do. I won't do them. You get, because I have a guide, and I want kids to see me and say, oh, I like that, mom, I like that. You know, that reshaped me. You don't know when you start reshaping people's mind, people's culture, people's beliefs.
Yeah.
So that's major for me. And I'm an impact person. I'm an humanitarian. I do a lot of philanthropy work and all of that. So it's it guides. It is.
Interesting. So talk to us about your family. How do they support what you do? How do they try to influence what you do? How do they try to don't do it this way? Yeah, I think you do. How? Oh,
yeah.
You know, share with us in that space.
Yeah. My wife quite very supportive. My mom, firstly, because apparently, huge support. Watches my content. You know, even when I'm not doing content, say, Arole, it's been a while. We saw you drop stuff. You know, my wife is also very encouraging. You know, it's huge when you have your family back what you do. But when what you do is jet towards joy. You know, you're a joy giver. You understand? Even at home, I make my wife happy, crack jokes for her, talk to my mom. So that's it. So, and I make them know that, see, I need to be a joy giver. If I'm good, I need to be joyful as well. I can't give what I don't have.
Exactly.
You know, so it's been huge.
You have a show coming up. Talk to us what people would expect at the event.
Unlimited humor, like first, like comedy.
Nigerians like comedy.
You know, because we're tensed.
Yeah.
Everywhere is stressed. So you need a place to just sit down at a night and just laugh away the whole stress. You know, comedy that is clean, that is neat, very very family.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Comedy that's clean.
Yeah, family oriented, and that's what I do. You know, something just talk about life. You know, experiences. People come, share their stories. You know, so that, and it's coming on Sunday on the 27th.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
Who will be there?
Alibaba.
You mentioned Alibaba.
Yeah, I know. He's a man I have 100% respect for. 100%. Alibaba, Gbenga Deyinka, Edo Pikin, Woli Arole. A lot of my comedian friends are coming. AY too. You know, so it's huge. And it's first time I'm doing this after my uni.
Exactly.
So I've not done any major stuff out of uni. So it's the first time I'm doing this, and I'm doing stand-up comedy as well.
That's amazing.
People are coming in for at the hotel.
Wow. Okay. So people should look forward to coming up to watch clean comedy.
Yeah.
Clean. I like the word clean.
Of course.
Because, but anyway, I think, to be fair to comedians, these days we see a shaping of comedy that is mature.
Yeah, mature.
You know, and then can stand anywhere across the African continent or even the world.
Yes.
Because when it was developing several years ago, about 5-10 decades ago, we see people use words that you'd be like, oh my God, you know, what was that? But I think it's cleaning up gradually.
Yeah.
Now, talk to us generally your experience. How does your experience, your growing up, your child, how does it shape what you say and how you go about your comedy?
So for me, I'm from a family. I'm from a disciplinarian. My mom is also Christian.
Oh.
So you should know, in that kind of setting, values are very key. You don't just talk to people anyhow. So you are respectful. So you can't just yab. So you can't just abuse. You can't just say this, that. So it has really been a major So when I'm talking to the next person, I'm talking with the view that, okay, this thing I'm saying to this person, what if this person is my mom? What if this is my dad? What if this is my uncle? Would this tone be arrogant or stuff, or what will leave it? So it's really been helping for me.
All right, now there's this one on the screen right now, and I'd like us to just take a listen briefly, and then we get along. Stay with us. I'm here with Woli Arole.
Jésù ló rán mi níṣẹ́, ó rán mi wá sí àdúgbò yìí, gbogbo yín pátá láò jí rere yín. Jésù ló rán mi níṣẹ́, bẹ́ẹ̀ bá fẹ́ rí mi, ẹ wá sí nọ́mbà 3.
Ìkórè ayédè tán, tí gbogbo ayé ó ṣírò, ó àgbáyé ṣe. Ẹ máa gbàdúrà láìsinmi, onígbàgbọ́ Sátánì ò sinmi, ó wà ní kúrò.
Ní àtètè kan ṣe, Ọlọ́run dá ọ̀run àti ayé. It was a combo. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ combo God. Kì í ṣe ordinary.
Onígbàgbọ́ Sátánì ò sinmi, ó wà ní kúrò. Ẹ ṣọ́ra o. Sátánì ò sinmi, onígbàgbọ́ ẹ má sinmi. Sátánì ò sinmi.
It's really you held one captivate, and then you're expecting what is going to happen.
Exactly.
What's the message there? What's going on there?
So the guy is an arrogant prophet. So there is also this traditionalist. Exactly.
That guy.
Yes, that traditionalist.
That guy.
That now came in. And he's very arrogant. So they had to say, guy, watch your evangelism. The prophet is saying, I can pass my brand. Okay, if you pass this place.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
So this because we see some of these kids here and there, especially on social media, and when it comes to the crew that work with you, how do they help to interpret some of your scripts and all of that?
It takes a team to achieve a dream. You can't do it alone. You can't do it. It's not possible. You can't. It's not possible. So you have people that come up, you have something written, they say, no, let's add this, let's adjust this. It gives flesh, it fleshes your idea. You're just the visionary. Then other people come on board to just make it, come out well. Yeah.
Now, the one would say, of course, your ability to do all of those skits. Do you have interest in Nollywood? Full-blown acting.
Yes, of course. I'm going there. I've done a movie to Netflix before.
Okay.
The Call. I was the executive producer. Amazing. I was the lead actor, and I'm doing something in regard to movie again this year.
Good.
Yeah, it's good.
That's fine.
Yes.
All right. So your event coming up on Sunday.
Yeah.
How can people? You just buy tickets and then
in
you
fact,
go there?
There'll be tickets at the venue.
At the venue?
Yes.
So you don't have to pay ahead?
No, there's no need for that.
Okay.
They come, I'll be there. From here, I'm heading to a hotel as well. So
amazing.
Yeah, of course.
How did COVID-19 impact your comedy activity generally?
So
share with us.
So the COVID stuff made us to go back and reinvent ourselves. So what if there are no people? Will our craft still continue? So, and thank God for some of us that beat social media big and we had a name. So I started a show called Chat Room with Woli Arole.
Okay.
Where I brought a lot of guests from different walks of life. Started interviewing them, And also for me as a content creator, and I realized, oh yes, I should be able to create content that people can view all across the world in their home. So this craft, this comedy thing is not one-sided. So what if you can crack jokes for people? Are you saying you're not going to continue your craft? Are you saying you're not going to keep making money?
All right. That money making is very important.
So you need to be multifaceted.
All right. Now, the Nigeria, if you put Africa on the platform, Nigeria is leading in music, in movies, in comedy, in entertainment, and all of that.
Yeah.
Now, talk to us generally. When they hear your names, are there people from other African countries trying to collaborate with you, for comedy, sharing the same stage with you and other projects and all of that?
So I've heard I was somewhere and the lady, I think She just greeted me, said she has watched me from Tanzania.
Wow.
You know, I love fans in Tanzania and all of that. So I've not really done stuff in African countries.
Okay.
Yes, part of my plan I'm going to do there. But I've been to the UK before, you know, and to Highland, that's Dublin, and I see the reception. It's powerful, and I'm hoping to also collaborate with other content creators in those regions. You know, just it's faster when you collaborate with the Ghanaian, in the South African guy. There's love. There's all this. You know, it's sweet.
Yeah,
I feel collaboration is key from other continents as well.
Oh, that's really nice. Entertainment, on one hand, is doing a lot, transforming, and also adding up to the GDP. Some people have said that government has not given it the enabling environment the way it's supposed to be. Under the last administration, we saw a situation where some monies were released to entertainment. Whether it went the way it's supposed to be and all of that, that's totally a different thing. But when it comes to the support from government, what do you expect?
I feel like this, and I've said it before, I feel it's very hard for a dream to be achieved in this nation if you're not dogged and strong.
Wow.
No jokes, not just comedy, music, anything you're doing. Because you expect that the environment should foster it. You understand? There should be readiness from the government angle. You know, we want to rent a hall for a show. It should not be too expensive for a normal person to afford it. We're doing a show at the hotel. The amount is quite huge. You talk to them.
But is it government that should regulate that?
So this is my point. If the nation is good, even private sector in it will tell you. Okay, let me give an example. If a hotel is talking to you, they will tell you we maintain our facilities, we buy fuel and all of that. Imagine there's no issue of light. It's going to affect the price of the hall.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying? So there's still a role the government plays. There is. By now, there should have been a creative hub where young creatives can gather together. There'll be mentoring. There'll be pumping money into the economy. Okay, so this is the amount we have for this. They do it in other nations, funds and all of that. So, you know, you want to do a show, you are the one that will seek sponsor, you are the one that will sort this, you are the one that will create, you are the one, you know. For a young guy, it's draining, demanding, and that is how it is in almost every sector.
Yeah, most of the sectors is like that.
So I need attention should be given more to those stuff. It is very, because that is our rescue. You know, so you see a lot of, they say young people are doing this, young people are doing that, they are doing this and to fraud and to ritualism and all of that. Now, beyond all our complaints, we need to start looking at the flip side of a solution. So how can we engage these people? I know a lot of young people that are doing content creation. If they're not doing that, I don't know what they might have been doing. Look at me, for example. So imagine a more enabling environment. You won't imagine the number of young people you're going to rescue. Yeah,
I totally agree. Now, that brings us to the issue of structure. You mentioned it briefly earlier on. Now, in the music industry, even in the movie industry in Nigeria, although we have a Nollywood, and then in the comedy industry, a sub-industry or subsector, there doesn't seem to be that kind of a structure where it is watertight in such a way that when something is done, the issues of copyright, you know, the benefits from it trickles down to everybody who is supposed to, you know, get whatever from those who are producing, from those who are contributing one way or the other.
That's a huge topic and a very deep question, and that boils down. I feel that at the end of the day, every individual have their vested interest.
Yeah.
And where there is vested interest, there won't be common interest. Where there is vested interest, there won't be common interest. So everybody begins to do their things their way. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, because there are stakeholders in this comedy game. Yes, you've made a very powerful point. At the time, myself and a few of our colleagues have said this before. Because if there is no structure anywhere, if you have a kingdom without a king, and the king needs to say, okay, this is how things...
But in comedy, we assume you have a king.
No, Alibaba is doing the best of that he can do. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Absolutely. It brings people... Look at what the issue at January 1st. Awesome stuff. You understand?
Yeah.
Great stuff. But the fact still remains that, okay, so if Ali say, okay, comedians, let's talk and see. You see, even the young comedians that meant to learn, they feel they know. You get what I'm saying? So it is hard for you to lead people that don't want to be led. There can't be structure, sir. Apparently, a leader is telling you this is how it's been done. Look at the Alibaba stuff that he does. Bring comment. He's doing so much. He's doing so much as if he's not doing anything. Not just him. A lot of guys are doing, you know, basket, movie. Look at what they're doing in that landmark. Now, the young people that are coming in, that are meant to learn, they don't want to learn. They just what is he saying? So people don't grow. So
What would it take, though? I'm just trying to create a mind scenario. What would it take if Alibaba, you've mentioned, who is highly respected,
100,
you know, Bovi, who is highly respected, Basket, who is highly respected, all of those guys, AY
is highly respected,
who is highly respected, and several other people who wield a lot of influence also within the industry.
Yeah, and outside
coming together and saying, come, we need to come, let's reason together, like
God did,
and we need to wield all the influences you have, I have. We need to put it together. And then, who are the sponsors of all comedy and entertainment shows in Nigeria? Speak to them, lead a delegation to see them, and seeing how a union can be created in that regard. Wouldn't that work?
Brilliant, sir. You're a spiritual man. It's going to be, look, because you're just spoken about the stakeholders in our industry. Those are gatekeepers, powerful people. You understand? This is huge. But at the end of the day, the chances of doing it is quite slim. And this is it. So let's say they go through all this stress to do it. And they start opening doors. Those that are opening doors for them, might even start speaking ill of. You see, we live in a system where people are just guarding what they have. Sir, I'm telling you fact. So that's when people don't want to help or don't want to, they've seen it, they have had experiences. They've had. So I take you to meet the brand and store. You go back and want to take so people are just calm.
All right, well, we're wrapping up, but certainly people like to still have an idea of the show that you're coming up, and then maybe something from you. You're in the studio, we can't just let you go like that.
Sunday it's going to be awesome. Don't miss it. Sunday, it is going. My mom, my parents are coming in.
Amazing.
Yeah, my wife will be.
Amazing.
My son, I'm a new.
Oh yeah, you're a daddy now.
Yes.
Take it now. Take it now.
That daddy feeling. No, it's incredible. So you just need to be there. Tickets at the venue at the hotel. Just come in. We still have tables. We have 500K, seat 8 people.
Okay.
So it's like a family structure we're doing. We have 1 million. We have 2 million. We have 10,000. We have 100K. We just want to make sure that it accommodates everybody, and it's going to be an awesome time. You need to be there.
You're being here. It's just to give you an assurance. I'll be there.
That's it. Guys, there. Why are you not there? Sunday.
I'll be there. Yeah. It's really nice, and I thank you and commend you what you do.
Thank you.
And the point there is, we look forward to using comedy not just for people to laugh, but as a way of transforming society, mentoring people, and then contributing to the economy and all of that, which is where we're going because it's a huge industry. We thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
On the program.
You're such a sweet host all the time.
Thank you very much.
Big shout out to TVC. Thanks. You guys are really amazing.
We certainly will be there with you, and we stand by you all the way.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
Right, we've been talking with Woli Arole, and he is on Sunday. That's part of him there performing, and this Sunday is going to be lit with him at Eco Hotels.
Ọba tá a pè níwájú tó ń dáhùn lẹ́yìn ọba tá a pè lẹ́yìn tó ń dáhùn níwájú. Tí n bá ní kó pariwo wà á sá kúrò níbi tó wà, tó bá wá lẹ́yìn wà á sá lọ wájú, tó bá wà níwájú wà á sá sẹ́yìn. The reason is this. I noticed that most times you've had malaria, you take drugs.
All right. Okay. You can get more of him on Sunday. You can get more of him on Sunday.
Oh, man.
It's happening.
I'm chubby now.
That was how many years ago?
I was like almost 7 years ago.
7 years. Wow. But you can have him live this Sunday. So all roads lead there, and have a fun and enjoy yourself.